Before we get started here, let's clear one thing up. There is no typo in the headline of this piece. If you're reading this because you thought we made a slip of the keyboard and actually meant to write cilantro, you will be disappointed if you read any further. Jill Biden doesn't think there's anything fishy about her viral fishnet stockings. The First Lady, whose patterned hosiery sparked debate in April, set the record straight on the style controversy, telling Vogue the much-discussed tights weren't fishnets. It's kind of surprising, I think, how much commentary is made about what I wear or if I put my hair in a scrunchie. Yes, culantro, or Eryngium foetidum, as it's known in the science world, is a relative of the leafy herb that flavors the rice in your burrito bowl from Chipotle, and, as it turns out, the two are comparable when it comes to taste, via the Spruce Eats. However, the methods of employing culantro in the kitchen are different than its soap-flavored cousin, not to mention that the two are complete opposites when it comes to their looks. Before we keep going, we're going to once again warn you that we're going to be talking about culantro with a U, not cilantro. If you actually came here to learn about the ingredient that's often found in Caribbean cuisine, or didn't but are a little intrigued by it now, we hope you find this guide helpful for all of your culinary endeavors. What is culantro? Culantro, again, with a U, is an herb that is native to Mexico, Central, and South America, though Spruce Eats notes that it can be grown just about anywhere that boasts a tropical climate. While not exactly a common ingredient in the United States, culantro is a major player in the cuisine from the aforementioned regions, and in many Asian dishes as well. However, it may go by a different name depending on where it's found. I put my hair up. Or the stocking thing, Biden, 70, told the fashion glossy. It's amazing how much people pay attention to every little detail, she added, before clarifying that the tights in question weren't fishnets. For example, the Spruce Eats explains that culantro is typically referred to as risao in Puerto Rico, where it is often used in sofrito, whereas certain parts of the Caribbean call it shandon beni. Culantro is a member of the Apiaceae family, making it a relative of celery, carrots, and, yes, cilantro, though you won't have any trouble deciphering between the two herbs when it comes to their looks. They weren't lace. This pungent ingredient has long, wide, and serrated leaves that can grow similarly to lettuce in a rosette formation and can get up to a foot tall. Its nearly phonetically identical cousin, on the other hand, is long and thin with small leaves sprouting out from the top. What does culantro taste like? If you're hoping to find a substitution for cilantro that will be easier on your taste buds, we hate to break it to you, but culantro isn't your answer. In fact, the Spruce Eats writes that the jagged-toothed herb is said to be 10 times stronger than its highly controversial cousin and produces an odor that resembles crushed stink bugs. Therefore, if you're like Ina Garten and have been cursed with the gene that causes cilantro to take on a strong, soapy flavor, you'll definitely want to take a hard pass on culantro when you see it at the grocery store. However, for those that are on the opposite side of the cilantro debate, culantro may right up your alley. They were very pretty stockings. The Flotus, patterned legwear elicited mixed reactions this spring. While some argued the style wasn't suitable for a high-powered woman, others applauded Biden for her edgier outfit choice. "Good Lord, she looks like Madonna's grandmother," one tweeted at the time, while another defended the look, writing, "Raise your hand if you think at Flotus is rocking these fishnets." Some even took the sheer style for a spin themselves, slipping into the many similar versions on the market. And although Biden remains incredulous at the amount of commentary surrounding her style, she aims to support young designers through her fashion choices. "I think that's important. You try to lift up other people," said Biden, who frequently dons designs by emerging names. For her husband's inauguration in January, for instance, she sported two looks from labels that prioritize sustainability: a blue tweed ensemble from New York City-based brand Markarian and a purple coat from designer Jonathan Cohen. "I like to choose from a diverse group of designers," she added. Described by one chef as having an herby, citrusy taste, and by Spruce Eats as having a slight pepperiness, when eaten raw, this pungent ingredient adds some serious flavor to a number of dishes including chutneys, soups, and meat marinades, via fine dining lovers. How to cook with culantro? Culantro's intense flavor may be a turn-off for some, but this aspect of the herb also gives it more uses in the culinary world. Sure, you could chop up a few of its serrated leaves to use as a garnish on your tacos, or even use it as a replacement for cilantro in a batch of guacamole, so long as you make sure to cut down on the amount to make up for its stronger taste. However, Spruce Eats notes that more often than not, cilantro is actually cooked rather than eaten raw, since its potency gives it the ability to withstand the heat without the threat of turning bitter or losing its flavor completely. As a rule of thumb, fine dining lovers advises utilizing cilantro to bring out the flavor of the foods. Try adding it to the pan when sautéing garlic and onions, or throwing it into a pot of rice or beans. And if you want to try cilantro in a more traditional way, this Puerto Rican sofrito recipe from Sense and Edibility might be a great place to start. Nutritional information about cilantro. On top of bringing some serious flavor to a number of dishes, cilantro also has the added benefit of containing several vitamins and nutrients. Similar to cilantro, this herb is a source of iron, calcium, and vitamins A and C, via Grow Herbs Garden. However, unlike its distant cousin, cilantro is also a source of carotene, riboflavin, and vitamin B complex. When I was planning my inauguration outfits, that's one of the things I considered. More specifically, cilantro is high in vitamins B1 and B2, the latter of which can help with lowering blood sugar levels and managing diabetes. Cilantro is also said to have many medicinal properties and was traditionally employed to help combat a number of ailments including fevers, vomiting, and diarrhea, via Purdue University. Its leaves were often boiled and incorporated into a tea drink that was said to help cure sicknesses such as pneumonia and the flu. Per Grow Herbs Garden, this is also the best method to use to benefit from cilantro's anti-inflammatory and pain relief properties, which research shows that it gets due to the presence of phytochemicals, and also happens to be another one of the herb's parallels to cilantro, via NCBI and Healthline. According to Nutritional Diversity, there is also evidence that cilantro roots can be an effective treatment for snake bites or scorpion stings. How to buy, grow, and store cilantro. Unfortunately, cilantro isn't as easily accessible in the United States as it may be in places where it is a key ingredient in the cuisine. You may not be able to find it in the produce section of your regular grocery store, though a specialty market may have it in stock. If you do happen to run into trouble finding a place to purchase cilantro, you also have the option to grow it yourself at home. According to Bonnie Plants, the method of growing this herb is similar to that of lettuce in that it should be started in the spring after the final frost. Make sure to plant it in a partially shaded area as well to prevent it from flowering too early. Whether you've plucked cilantro from your garden or purchased them from the store, unused leaves should be stored in the same way. Per the Spruce Eats, wrap your herbs in a damp paper towel and placing them in a plastic bag before stowing them away in the refrigerator, where they can last for up to a week.